Hello, this is Sam the Oil Man playing games, and today we're playing Idle Kingdom Clicker. I've done videos on this a few times, and this one's specifically going to be about world number 3, Crater Lakes. And it's been a while since I've played this. There's actually multiple different maps. Now I'm up to map number 3. The game keeps getting updated, but look at that, there's 10 different maps you can play now. So let's go ahead and do world number 3 there and reset, press again to confirm, and we'll start from scratch and show you what to do on world number 3. Now, when you start, you really want to move south immediately, but to do that, first you need food, that's an obvious, but you basically also need a little bit of everything. There we go, get food straight away, and at this point in the game you basically get it up to 100 right away, and you get to max out your castle there right away. That's just the way it works at this point in the game. Then you need some storage, food stores. There we go, build. If you've watched my old Idle Kingdom Clicker movies, YouTubes, you'll probably notice the controls are a little bit different. It keeps getting updated. So then we go to the food store, and you look at that. We can't upgrade it because we need some other stuffs. So we're going to come here. There's a forest. We're going to get the forest. What is it called? Forest materials. There we go. We need a woodcutter to build materials. Whoop, there's the kiln. I just unlocked that. But for now, we need the woodcutter. There we go. Collect and upgrade that. Whoa, up to 200, almost 300 straight off the bat. We need something to store that, so select that. More buildings. We're going to go ahead and build science. No, not science. Stockpile. The science is next. There we go. Now we've got a stockpile going. We can only build it up to level 50 because we need science to build it higher. For science, there we go. We've got another forest there to build science, and that's what I like about this level. Like most levels, they're very well thought out in that they give you what you need in your starting position to then go on and move forward. Just shy of going straight into level 2, straight up, but that's okay. Go ahead and let's build a shaman. Shaman? Is that what it is? No, I've got the shaman. I'm building the library to collect the science. There we go. 100 straight up. And there we go. Put it to level 2. 200 straight off the bat. And we're good to go. Now our food store can go up to 200. Plenty of food. Up to 300 on the farm. And we are good to go now. Now we can just basically off we go. We've got enough food, science, and everything to really get ourselves set up. Now, you'll find out in a minute why we're going south. This is why I go south at the start at first. Collect that. Hold on, this is different than normal. No, this is the same as normal. There's just not normally a forest there, but that's okay. I will take that. Now we can see the first, ruins there. Then there's the second one. The first one there is ×5 for science. That one there is ×5 for materials. And there's another one, I don't know if you can see it, like down here, probably that square. Is it one of these squares? It's all grey at the moment, but one of these squares down here is ×5 for food. So you get ×5 production for all of your materials when you go south. And you really need that to be able to go beyond that, if that makes sense. Which it, for all intents and purposes, it should do. So, one thing that I'm going to get next, it's a bit of a snake to get there, but I'm actually going to set myself here with a materials. So once we get to there, more materials, woodcutter, build the woodcutter there. Whoops, I don't know what I did, but in any case, the woodcutter is building all the way up to 300 straight off the bat. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a bunch of more buildings, stockpiles, to collect that materials. And we're getting ready to just collect it all, like literally all, once we get around the corner and get ourselves to ×5 production. Go with another stockpile, claim, build the stockpile up, and then this is just a bit of a process as we move on. Claim the next block, build the next stockpile. You'll see why in a minute why this is not a waste of resources. Build it up to level 3. Like theoretically we don't need any of these stockpiles because they're all like, we only got one forest, but here in a minute we're going to get to this one here. You can see it provides herbs. The herb material, as far as I understand it, is either not really in the game yet or I'm not up to it in terms of my level. One way or the other, for where I am at in this game, it's completely useless for me. But we want to build the clay pit. That gets us lots and lots of materials. Put that straight up to 200. You can see once we're about to get to times 5 production, and they're already pretty decent as it is. So keep going. 2 more spots here. There's 1 for a stockpile. There's 2 for another stockpile. Claim that one, and then we're going to put another clay pit in there. Clay pit, stockpile, and once we hit that times 5, they should all go to max, and we should be struggling to probably even need more of them. That forest isn't normally there, so there's, for my level, I guess there's been a little bit of a mix-up in terms of what tiles are what, which is nice, but the forest is good. I'll be turning all this section into food in a minute, so I may as well just go ahead and do that. More buildings, food, a hunter. The hunter provides a lot of food for me, and there we go. There's our times 5 production of food, and there we go. Now, in order to unlock it, we are going to need a lot of food, but we are also going to need a lot of science. So I'm going to have to go and build some science next. And one thing that I do for science here is this one. We're going to claim that for science. Build that as a paper mill. And then we're going to go here. And I'm actually going to delete the woodcutter. Delete that building. We've got other woodcutters down the bottom. And I'm going to turn this into science now. Shaman Man. Go ahead and delete that stockpile. And it's going to turn into a library. More buildings, library, there we go. Or attempting actually to put it into an adept shack. Yeah, very tempting to put an adept shack in there. I haven't normally used the adept shack. I was having some bugs with him actually, so I think I'll just stick with the library for now. Let's upgrade all of this stuff. 200 on the libraries, 200 on the shamans, and then this paper mill, there we go. And we're even as is struggling to produce enough science, but at least now we're starting to get on our way. How much do we need? We need AD's amount, and we're up to AC's. So that's, we'll actually get there faster than what it looks, but we do need more science, and we are going to need more food. While we've already built this, quickly get the food. It does go pretty quick. What do we need? We need a food store, a food store, a food store, a food store, and a hunter. Now we go ahead and upgrade all those. We can go 200 straight away. 1, 2, and it's full. It's full. But once we go to times 5, these will all be full in a moment, and that is the way it is at this particular level. Now at this point here, I've got lots of food coming in. In the ACs of food, 125, right up the top there, it says 125.9 ACs per second. Then we've got 371 ACs of materials coming in per second from all these 2 clay pits and the hunter. We missed one there to upgrade. So we've got plenty of materials. We've really got to work on the science though. Now normally I would go off here, off to the left, and build this one here off to the left over here, but and then go around, and there's plenty, well at least previously there was, just around the corner from what you can see there was plenty of forests for plenty of shamans. But actually what I'm actually going for is, you're going to see it in a minute, I'm actually going to go north and do something a little different from what I normally do. North and then to the left, because you're going to see it in a minute. I think it's got to go around these mountains. Hopefully we can build some science. This might have been a mistake. I might have mistaked it out. There it is. That's what we're after. Transport capacity. But we need lots of science first. So maybe that was just a massive, massive mistake. So what I'm going to go here and do is I'm going to go here and get another swamp and make another paper mill. The swamps just get me tons of science. Look at that. Maxed it out already. Built a library there. We can collect some of it and we're almost full again. But at least we're close. We're very close to that Shrine of Knowledge. Times for food, store, stockpile, and library. And that's really what we want after we go for all these times 5s. So I gotta be careful here. I don't want to expand too fast because I can get this one whole hour to go before I can get it. In fact, normally that I do have to spend a decent amount of time. What I'm actually going to do here right now, I want that science. We can change it. We can delete the building later and change it, but I'm going to put that onto science. And let's get a library in there to get that going into some science as well. There we go, and we're good to go. And while we've got the spot, let's go ahead and build ourselves a bookbinder. There we go. And what does the bookbinder do? Okay, no, we need a paper mill for the bookbinder to do anything. Delete that building. What if we go ahead and build ourselves that Adept Shack? Let's see how that one turns out. There we go. The Adept Shack is actually appearing to do some work, actually. If we click on it, it says Shaman comes in at 40% and pops out of theoretically times 10 more. I was having some bugs in this before, but it appears to be working theoretically. Yeah, theoretically it's working. I don't know. Let's go have a look at this. Collecting, that's our max, 169.6 AB per second. Hold on, if we go ahead and delete that building. There we go, deleted. We're still producing exactly the same amount, so that bug for me at least is still there. So you may as well just build libraries and these things. The paper mill and the multiplier thingy-majiggies didn't seem to be working. Anyway, we're going to keep building around this corner, build another paper mill to get ourselves more of that science stuff, the sweet science. And we're going to get ourselves some more science. That's what we're after, paper mill. We'll go up to 100 and we're going to put ourselves another library there to collect more of that stuff. We're going to need to make sure we get a university in very soon. Let's go ahead and put a library in there. And I might put that university in soon. Where am I thinking of putting it? It's a tempting decision. You know what? Oh, I can boost that up to 200. There we go. We're so close to getting to 300 and then we'll be good. I'm going to put in my university here. Let's go ahead and build it. For now, we can move it if we need to instantly to 20. I've actually got my university up another level. So we are good to go there. That one is full, not surprising, but we are short after building the university of getting ourselves to that level 300. We need 6.81 AD of science, and this is why we need that science. That science is so important. But we've got enough food that we can keep on building ourselves tiles to build more science. So we're good for now. Our food supply is good. Keep on going. Now we're starting to get full. Let's go ahead and pop it up to 250, both of those, and they are still full. There's no option there. We can't build another library in the vicinity there. We could build theoretically another library over here. I don't know that it's going to make a difference. We've got the spot. We may as well do it. And that was interesting. Let's see what happens if we pop that up to 150 as well. They're looking pretty full, and our science is really getting up there now. 19 ACs per second. But I'm going to keep going here. I do like these clay pits. They do produce a whole ton of science. And they're going to produce so much science once we get that times 5 in a moment that I won't know what to do with it all. 100 straight up. And then soon we'll have enough science to be able to pop them up to the 200. And it's going to be crazy how much science I've got. Build ourselves a couple libraries here. There's one library. Claim that one. There's another library. Pop them up. And this game is a slow idle clicker, but you can obviously see there's strategy to it. This is perfect. Everything is just short of maxed out, so I've got it pretty well balanced. Now over here, once I get to the point where I can get myself up to the 29 relatively quickly. See, we dropped that from an hour down to 15 minutes. But what I do want to do is I want to make sure that I've got the spots to go ahead and do those extra 2 spots. And we actually didn't need quite so many of these right now, the food stores. So I'm going to go ahead and help out with a foraging hut. Every little bit counts. Every little bit counts. You may as well do it when you're not doing anything else. It can boost it basically to level 400 straight up. Look how much that helped. That was good. I'm actually going to do another foraging hut over here to help get it all out on max. We probably don't need to go straight up to 400, and we're also going to put in another food store there. And once we top these stuffs up to level like times 5, then we can delete those foraging huts later. So boost it. But we did end up boosting it to 400, and yeah, interesting. We can look at boosting. Oh, great, 300 now. They're maxed out. That's perfect. They're just shy of maxed out. And in fact, if I did, nope, we can't quite get the second one to 300, because if I did, could probably delete the foraging hut and put in the food store again. But that's it for now. Our food got almost doubled. We're up to 260 ACs per second out of that. So that was really quite nice. And we've got 14 minutes to go to get ourselves a Shrine of Knowledge. Let's see how much more we can drop that down by keep on building ourselves some more science. Let's see what we've got. A paper mill. And I'm going to put another library in here. More buildings, science, library. It took me a little bit to get used to the new upgrade system of where the buttons are, because I was in habits of the old buttons. But I did get used to it pretty quickly. And this is what level 3 is about. It's just about trying to get yourself enough resources to get these times 5 for productions, because that's really how you move forward. Whereas in the other ones, every one that you get to, and you get to a lot relatively quickly of these shrines, makes a little incremental increase. Whereas in this one, I haven't even got a single shrine yet, and we're gotten pretty far out there, as you can tell. How's my science? We need a little bit more libraries. Let's build another one down here and another library down there, and paper mill. Claim. There we go. Claimed it. And library. So, and that's it. We've reached our limit. We need 38 seconds to get more, which we can do without a problem. Let's go ahead and make that library there our massive one. Massively upgraded, and we can then look at getting these onto 150 until everything is full. 150s are starting to go red. 150s, and they're all red. And that one's on 250 there. So we can go a little bit further. 150 there. And we're all red. We're good to go. Oh, no, there's one that's not quite red. I can actually boost that up there. Just short of going to the full 300. I'm going to max that out to 299. How long does it give me? 21 seconds. Let's go ahead and build another library to get ready for that. Up to 200. Possibly we'll go up to 250. We'll see what the results are once 9 seconds. Here's the countdown. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we can go times 3. There we go. That was good. That was very good. Not quite maxed out on the libraries, but now 43 ACs per second. That was good. And how long is this going to take us? 11 minutes. So are we getting ahead relative to the time that it's taking us to build stuff? I don't know if we're actually getting that far ahead now, and we are pretty close to stuck as well. I'm going to go and get myself ready. There we go, all ready to take that one out. 1 minute to go. So now I need to save up 1, 2, 3, 4 more tiles worth of food. And from that point forward, we are in a really, really good position. Let's see if we can boost that food there. 299. I'll probably end up deleting it soon. Once we get 30 seconds to go, all of our libraries are about to get boosted. You see, that didn't take long to go from one fully boosted at 300 to multiples, and that means we're going to get more science, which means the next one will take even less time. 14 seconds to go, and then we are good. I'm just trying to decide what I want to put in the middle in these spots here. I mean, I guess I could put more food in. Should I? Why not? Let's go ahead and do it. You've got the space. You can always go and delete and change them later. Foraging hut. We're going to boost that up to 1, 2, 3, 400. And then we need a couple of collectors. A food store 1 and a food store 2. Boost those up to 300. Boost that one up to just shy of... Oh, I didn't even need to go to 300. Oops, probably a bit of a waste of my materials. I had lots of materials, though. It's not the end of the world. I can probably go ahead and build another foraging hut. Let's see how that one goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And boost that one to 4. And now we're looking at pretty good resource management. We're ready to go on the extra production for food. And the reason I do food first is because that's going to help me unlock more tiles faster. I mean, that is literally the only reason. Probably once we get that, and especially once we get the science one unlocked. Is that one? Yep, that one there, times 5. I'm actually probably going to go ahead and delete that shaman and put that as a hunter and then get rid of all the foraging huts. And that one shaman should be able to do a lot. Although, it'll be interesting as well once we get the times 4 food capacity. I don't know why. I never really saw it. It may not have been there before. But I've only just realized it's there. And that is the first time that I will actually get the times 4 food store, stockpile, and library as well. Not quite the times 5 that you get for everything else. So, it's not quite an equilibrium. So, you do have to go back and do a little bit of a juggle, if that makes sense. Which one are we going to boost to 300 this time? I'm going to go with this library over here. 299, 16 more seconds, and then we can boost it to 300. What is that? That's a shaman. Oh, that's interesting. A shaman can be boosted 300. Do I have some shamans? I do have a shaman. There's a shaman. Oh, but... Yep, there we go. 300 on that shaman. Why not? And we can 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as far as it can go. So we can't go past 4 stops. How's our university going? The university, we need a lot more research. We need to get into the AFs to really, really boost it up there. But we're boosting those libraries up to 250. There we go. And they're back to yellow with both of those on 300. And now we've got to look at getting that to 200. To do that, we need 226 AD science, 200 AD, and we're aiming for 29 AD, a whole order of magnitude more science to be able to really get through to that next 200 level. Anyway, 20 seconds to go, and this is the game. We're so close. And then I think after this one, it's going to be a tough call whether I keep boosting my science or whether I start saving it for the Shrine of Knowledge. It's going to be a very, very tough call. And I'm actually pretty tempted to boost the science production here rather than anything else. However... I don't know. It's a tough call. No, I'm going to go with food because we need the food to get more slots. We'll do food first, and then we'll save up again for our science and our production. 9 minutes to go on that one, and we can do it. There we go. We've got the upgrade, and what does the upgrade put this to? 10 minutes and 48 seconds, but that's because we dropped a whole bunch of sciencey stuff, and it's full already. That means we can probably do a little bit of an upgrade there. 160, 170, and we're still not quite full. Interesting. There's a lot of libraries over there. What do we get of a bit of a boost? 160s. We're using all our science up as it comes in, all our library space as it comes in, just to get that number as high as we possibly can, which is super interesting. Now, I've got a space saved up, and I'm really tempted to go ahead and put another library in. And you know what? I'm going to. It will not hurt us to just have more science. There we go. Library. Build. Get that science going so that we can upgrade stuff more quickly. We managed to get it into yellow, and I'll turn it back into red immediately. basically immediately, and another one on 150, and there we go, and it's all back in red. Red stuff. All right, super close. We can actually pull that one in already. Let's go ahead and claim it. I did not realize that I could claim it already. That's actually given all of our everything massive boosts. I was doing it backwards. Go for that top one first. Go ahead and get that top one and then save up for these bottom ones here. Now everything's empty. Look at that. We can... yeah, everything's just like super empty. What should we do? We can go ahead and make that a 300, and it barely makes a dent on our science. We got one food store here getting 3 farms. There we go. We'll have to delete and fix all this up later, but it is looking pretty good. Now all this stuff over here, we may as well go ahead and foraging hut, turn it into food production, because what else can you do with your spots? This is how I play, at least. If you've got better advice for what I should do with these spots, let me know. But we're going to have 3, possibly 4 foods going into the one food store, which I'm trying to build right there. There we go, build. And we can go 1, 2. We probably don't even need to go past 2. Build a foraging hut. Build the second or third foraging hut in the region. All of them instantly go to level 400. And there we go. We're not even half full, so we can go ahead and make another one. Delete building foraging hut. Oh, the libraries were sorted. There we go. 400. And that was pretty good. Got us some decent amount of extra food. We've got 1 minute for the next one, for the next bit of land anyway. And we're going to have more than that, more than a minute to get up to 29 ADs to be able to pull these things there. What else can I do to improve my situation now? Let's go have a look. 200, we can boost that up to 300. We can boost that one up to 300. And we can boost that one up to 400. We can boost the hunter up to 300. There we go. That actually made a pretty significant difference. Lots of extra food, and I might actually go ahead and make an extra food in there and delete it, build that foraging hut. The higher you get in these levels, the more you're going to need to rejig, get to a certain level, and then delete and rebuild stuff. Just the way that the game works at some of these. Well, there's 10 levels built so far, and I'm only at level 3, so I've got a long way to go. Interesting stuff. I should probably unlock another one of these. However, I want to make sure 7 minutes to unlock that one. I want to make sure that I can at least get these 3 more things unlocked relatively easy once I get the energy to do it. So, optimize that food. What else is going to optimize the food? Can probably go ahead and delete that and put in another foraging hut. There we go. Build. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I had more food, if my food multipliers were bigger, I would make more food. But I don't, and that is the way it is. So we've got to live with what we have. Very tempted, actually, to delete that out now and turn that into a foraging hut very, very soon. We're going to boost up some of these. Let's go 175, 160 through there. Get as much of science as we can, but it's really going to be up and not going to be until we get these up to the level 200 till we really, I guess, optimize on that. What else could I do? We don't need that library that's there at all, so I can go ahead and delete that building. And I'm tempted actually to delete, just come straight up delete the square, but for now I'm not going to. For now I'm going to put another foraging hut in. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Barely made a dent in how much that food store can store. So we swapped it around pretty quickly in terms of how many libraries and food stores you need relative to your production. Swapped it around very quickly. All these are empty. I really should be looking at putting something else in there. But for now, I'm not going to. I'm going to live with that as is. And we got 8 more minutes to go to unlock those. I really wanted to show you, but at the same time, 8 minutes of watching me wait. I mean, it is an idle clicker. That is the game. You know where to go now on the start. This is it. It does normally take me. I don't normally do it quite in one go, one play yet. I normally turn it off for a bit, come back in a couple hours, or anywhere from half an hour to a couple hours. Do a double, watch the ad, and double the offline resources, and then we can go ahead and get these ready to go. But yeah, so it did take me quite a few goes at this level to really get to where I am, because and I missed that one there. So first time I actually unlocked that one there, and it's a really good boost for you. You probably replay or rejig what you put where. That is what that is, isn't it? Well, okay, we can unlock another one. Do I want to save it up? I think I need to save it up because I've got 3 more to go. I don't think I can justify putting it anywhere else. So you get the point. You know what's going to happen once I get there. That's this little video, this little time of Idle Kingdom Clicker level 3 Crater Lakes. It's a good map. I didn't like it the first couple of plays. Pretty much when you can unlock the map, I want to like replay the last map like 1 or 2 extra times. Like the transition across took a couple goes before it really felt like I deserved to be there. But I'm really starting to smash the this. What's my prestige there? Total prestige at the moment is 2.4 AA if we go to switch map, and we need to get ourselves up to 1 AC to unlock the next level. So even though there's 10 maps out, it looks like map 4 has been built and is ready to go. Now, I don't know if map 5 has actually been built. Like, if you were up an extra level, could you actually go there now? Or is it being built as we speak? Is it coming soon? Like what a lot of this coming soon is. 0 of 3 of whatever's coming soon. Whatever it is not in the game yet. But yeah, I'm well past the 200 Ts to get to Crater Lakes. But I've got a long way to go to get to the ACs. And that's the prestige, that's the reset. It's a fun little game that I keep on playing. Just addicting enough to keep on playing and not overly addicted. Hey, look, I'd never noticed that one before either. Shrine of Knowledge. Production ×2 for everything. I never noticed that before. It might have just rejigged itself. The same as... that one's always been there. This one here. I may have just unlocked another level. If those aren't there when you play, just go ahead and redo a reset. And remember, go south. Go for these 3 ×5 producers. So since that's there with a ×2 for everything, I'm going to go for it. Let's go ahead and claim that. And I'm going to go ahead and build the wood maze. We'll do materials, woodcutter, build. We already have this is my wood area, so it's not going to hurt me at all to put more wood in there. And how long have we got to take to get ×2 production? 10 more minutes. Ouch. Ouch. That's my food limitation. Ouch. Relative to, this was 6 minutes to get the ×5 production of food. But actually, I like it, the ×2 first, and then we'll go get the ×5s. And then we'll go figure out what's next from there. Interesting map. You probably saw that one. If you've been seeing that one for ages, you can know that I was silly and didn't see it until now. Oh wait, that's the strategy that I've been playing. It's a tough one because my science at least is too slow. I might have overbuilt in the libraries. It's a really tough call. That's how I did it. This is what I did. And I did what I did. That makes sense. So, yep. That's the map. That's Crater Lakes. See you with another episode of another game sooner rather than later. Bye-bye.